Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to do something a little bit different today. As you can see from the title of the video, this is going to be a story about the girl without friends. I had no idea where I was going to take this video, or what I wanted to say, or even how much I wanted to reveal about myself. But I think that it's a good way to have a therapy session with myself, for someone to possibly learn from different things that I went through, learn from my mistakes, or basically identify a little more things that they just may not be aware of. Now, I titled this video The Girl Without Friends, mostly because I had a really big issue with trauma bonding. You don't hold yourself accountable. You guys are just having fun, either drinking, partying. It's always some type of trauma filled, or it could be because of maybe one of your parental guidance. They're absent, and theirs likewise. So that's what I mean by trauma bonding. And so that basically came from me, and the long run that I've had with the many of my friendships, and on my journey to finding myself and being more feminine and being more spiritual and just discovering more parts of myself and being accountable for anything that I've done or I say. I had to take a look back into the person that I was and what really played a pivotal role in me being this person, because I was realizing that I was becoming too hard, very disheveled, in a sense that I can count on one hand the number of times that I've even shed a tear, like in the last 10 years maybe. And that's not a good thing. It sounds good, everybody want to be a savage, but it's just not practical, and it's just not a good way to be. It's good to express your emotions, because what happens is you just pack it deep down, and then when things happen, you fucking explode. So first things first, I am a Leo with a Scorpio rising. I mean, for anybody that's into astrology, I mean, that's a really easy makeup of the type of person that I am. I'm a very forward person. Most Leos are held in regard that they want to be the center of attention, but I am not like that. I fall more on my Scorpio side, meaning I want to be hidden at all times. That's why I don't post a lot. I definitely don't tell anybody where I am. No one will know that I'm out or even with somebody unless they post a picture and then I repost it, because I have enjoyed that privacy over a long time. And sometimes when you stay in the shadows for so long, it's very hard to come back out. And so again, like I said in the beginning of this video, this is just like a reflection on my own decisions. I'm not going to use any names in this video, of course, but I am going to reference a lot of friendships and a lot of friendship dynamics that I was in. And anybody who knows me personally, I'm going to accept any responsibility that I've taken and any decisions that I've made, because I'm not perfect. And like I said before, I am a very hard person, so it is hard for me to get this out, so bear with me, because this is kind of like a therapy session for myself. And again, like I said, I just want this to be live therapy session for myself, speaking to myself, confiding in myself, and hopefully someone else can take the lessons, like I've done, or identify more things that they just don't realize the cycle that they're in. So first things first, I'm going to start where everything started to take that turn. That's when I was about 17, 18 years old. I had the same group of friends I had since middle school, like 4 or 5 main core girls or whatever. Everything took a turn when me and this group of girls, we got into a verbal argument. Now, anybody, if you've ever really had any friends and you argue, you say anything, I'm black, we fire up on each other. We like, oh, your mama this, your mama that, like, but it's no ill feelings and no maliciousness behind it, you know what I mean? So we were gassing up back and forth, and the conversation was about money. Now, it's something, remember that conversation is about money. I let one of the friends borrow money, and I think she tried to give me the money back, but it was like in pieces. And when people borrow money, give it to me the way I gave it to you, okay? But whatever, long story short. And then I told her, don't worry about it, give it to me when you get it. And I think the fair or something was coming up, and I really wanted to go, and being young, my mom was the type of person that you work for what you get. and you know, if she has something extra, she'll give it to you, but it was very unlikely that you were just getting money. We didn't get no damn allowance, any of that stuff. That's very unheard of. You know, Caribbean parents, Jamaican and Bahamian, they don't do shit like that. But anyway, so yeah, so the conversation or the argument or the disagreement, I'll say, was about money, my money. Okay, and I told the girl, give it to me when you get it. And this is via text or whatever. The fair is opening up that day. I remember back when again, like I said, I was 18 and I was at Miami-Dade College, and we used to get money back, like you know, your financial aid or whatever, because I was on a scholarship. So any money I got financial aid, it comes straight to you because everything's already paid for through your scholarship. So I remember I had money on my card, and I said, oh shit, let me use my money on my card or whatever. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Again, like I said, the conversation was not malicious. It was not like, it was no fuck yous or nothing like that. It was no die, you better die, bitch, you know, because, you know, Miami, we got a real slick mouth. The things that we say, you know, we go for the jugular. But like I said, it was a friendly disagreement, you know, but amongst friends argue, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. I go to the fair that night, and I see the girls. Now, the first thing that they say, I'm thinking, these my homegirls. I'm like, girl, what's up? First thing she said was like, oh, you know, you was talking all that hot shit. And then we end up fighting. Now, mind you, the 5 of them now, this was my best friends that we were hanging out for since middle school. So we're talking about a friendship going on for 4 or 5 years strong now. No fallouts. So yeah, we ended up getting into the fight. The girls jumped me. I was at the fair with another girl who was my best friend at the time. She gets lost in the sauce somewhere. To this day, I don't even know where she was, but that's a whole another video in itself. But yeah, she was there as well. Of course, she didn't help. You know, they jumped me or whatever. Now and then, you know, by the grace of God, my face wasn't cut. I didn't acquire any serious injuries or anything like that. You know, my ego was just a little bit bruised because I didn't understand like what I did to make someone feel that way. And my number one rule my entire life was, if you ever have a friendship and someone hits you, the friendship is done. You can never come back from that path. And that's just always, that's the way I feel. I feel like because you should hold enough space for me to not lift your hand to me, because I didn't grow up like that. You know, Caribbean parents, they do whoop your ass and they do hit you, but not in that instant for every disagreement. For myself, it started a cycle of being insecure, not feeling worthy, second guessing myself. And people would think, well, oh, those are friends, you're gonna make other friends. And I don't think it was so bad. I think I felt so betrayed, I couldn't understand. And again, being a Leo, all of those things come into play. You know, most Leos, they do want to be the center of attention and they want to be liked somewhat. And I think that I just didn't understand what I did that made them cross that line. And you know, time went on. I fought some of them after that. Some people apologized. You know, it is what it is. Bygones are bygones. I wish them hoes well. But I mean, in retrospect, I think that healthy dialogue, or telling somebody that, hey, listen, you know, or having boundaries and sticking to them could have, you know, saved all of this from going on. That started me down a path of selecting more friendships and relationships that just weren't adding anything positive to my life. I mean, after that point, you know, I was on myself. I didn't have anybody else. I was back to the girl with no friends, back to being the girl with no friends, because I just felt like I couldn't trust anybody. And when I say that stuck to this day, it is the hardest thing for me to open up for people. That's why I'm saying, like, this right now is a live therapy session for myself, because if you can tell, it's very hard for me to even look at myself in the camera, because I'm trying, and I don't want to edit this video too much because I want to be very honest. I want to be, whatever emotion comes up, I just want to be honest about it. They ruined me, you know. I was never the same. I was never the same. And so any new friendship that I got into, again, we trauma bond, we had fun, you know, we did all things we wanted to do, things friends do, you know, we laugh, we joke, we play. You know, my next longest friendship that recently ended a year ago, me and this young lady, I'm not gonna mention her name, she's an amazing person. I love her to this day. But there were a lot of times in the friendship that I should have ended the friendship. And when I said that, it was because of the way that when she was upset or she didn't like that I didn't agree with what she said, whether it pertained to my life or what I should do or people that I was dating, she was just stopped talking to me. I mean, so much so to where she wouldn't answer the phone, and I mean, it would be go for months, just disappear and not say nothing. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not the type of relationships that I can handle. Now, I didn't know that back then. I know that now, and we'll get to where I am now and the mental space that I am in right now. But back then, I didn't understand it, and again, it reverted me right back to how I used to feel. Me not feeling worthy. What am I doing wrong? What did I say? And then when we would get back into the friendship, because she would get over whatever she was on, there were no apologies. Like, it was nothing. So, you know, me being me, again, I did not want to be the girl without friends. I accepted it. I moved on. I never said anything. This went on for a good 10 years, again, up until last year. When I started to really acknowledge why I was so hard, why I was so mean, why I felt like I was so, if I have this one friend, I'm good. Fuck everybody else. I'm good off everybody. And mind you, I still had friends from middle school who I'm friends with now, who have helped me spiritually and who have helped me mentally talk through things. But again, those two young ladies who are sisters, they went away to school. You know, they went off to college. They took a different path than I did. And at the time when I was younger, I didn't want to go to college, even though I'm there now. But back then I didn't want to go. And I'm glad I didn't go, because all I did was waste the damn money. I went for 2 semesters, failed every damn class, not because of the exams. It's because I just didn't go. I failed because of attendance. I just didn't go. Just withdraw, W's and shit. I just was, yeah. So anyway, being this last long friendship that had those type of pitfalls and with no accountability from her side, it made me slowly start to resent her. And I accept full responsibility for that, because, you know, we allow people to treat us a certain way and we don't say anything. If we don't rectify it, if we don't set certain boundaries, they're going to continue on this path because we're allowing it. And it's my own fault. I'm not going to put nothing on her. She was young at the time. I was younger at the time. I had my issues and I never really addressed it. I never really talked to anybody, and I never really felt like I was in a safe space to confide in anybody, because again, I felt very betrayed from friends and friendship that I just didn't want to let anybody in that aspect. And even her, like I said, she's an amazing person, but you know your friendships aren't well when you're afraid to be your whole 100 authentic self. You know your friendships are awry when there are certain things that you're into that you are afraid to mention that to them that you're into. So I think for me, back to the story. So for me, I think that me not having boundaries on myself, and throughout the friendship, I'm not gonna act like I didn't realize that I had no. I didn't realize we had no boundaries. I didn't realize that we even needed to talk about those things. I just felt like, okay, if you over it, you good. You know, you keep moving on, because again, nobody really talks about, you know, those unhealthy relationships outside of boyfriend and girlfriend or girlfriend and girlfriend. Nobody talks about those things. So you automatically feel like, okay, well, we talking back now. The past is the past. Let's move on. So again, it started to make me build like a resentment for her, because I felt like, again, what did I do to you? Why are you dealing with me in this way? On top of me already going through me quitting my job because they were fucking attacking me and micromanaging me and doing all kind of dumbass shit. That on top of me ending my relationship with my ex, who I was with for 7 years, all of that, on top of that, I just was like, fuck it. And so one day I just kind of let it all out. And one thing I will say that, you know, her thing was she gave me a very passive apology and said that, you know, I was young, you know, you can't live in the past. Don't be a prisoner to your past. And truer words have never been spoken. And she's absolutely correct. You should not be a prisoner of your past, but you also must acknowledge what you've done to other people, the role you've played, and also I can only be held accountable for, you know, what I've said and what I've done. Again, I keep saying I am a mean person. I can be very mean, but I am very sweet. I am very loving. And I think that you get what you give. if you meet somebody that's very open, very cool, you don't have a reason to be that way to that person. And I think that that's one thing that most people tend to forget. And you know, just the response, you don't want to ever be in a position where you have a good bond with somebody and you end up low-key hating their ass because they just don't see things the way you see it. And so again, I was back to being the girl without friends. And so you know, I just had to look at me, because I feel like everything in your life is a direct reflection of yourself. Everything that you're putting out, you know, you're imagining, you know, you're manifesting unconsciously, consciously, it's all the same. It's all you're doing it. And so I had to sit back and think like, wow, are the things that she's saying and other people saying, are they true? What am I doing to show these things? Am I in a place where I can acknowledge them? And now I am, because now I'm actively looking instead of blaming other people. Now, although, like I said before, I never held anything against her throughout all the years. I never said anything. But when I went back and I thought about all the mean things she said to me, or kicked me when I was down, when I was at my lowest, and I thought about it like, wow, how the hell could I ever think that this person was my friend? And I was more upset with myself, because I felt like, even now, I feel like when things happen to me, I always say, Christina, you're smarter than that. You're smarter than that. I am much harder than anyone in my life has ever been harder on me, anybody. Because I feel like you're smarter than that. You're too smart to do that. You're too smart to go do that. What's wrong? And so it just made me, you know, revert. It made me go into hermit mode. It made me stop talking to people. It made me stop going out. I gained a lot of weight. I'm not going to say for that soda, because I mean, I do like to eat, but you know, I gained a lot of weight. It made me very self-conscious. It just bottled me up. And like I said before, when you don't express your feelings, you don't get things out, it's like having lightning in a bottle. And eventually, you explode. So I said all that to just say this. You know, I hope that me making this video will be, you know, just the lead way in us all taking accountability for our own actions, the way that we speak to ourselves, the way that we allow people to speak to us, no matter how long they've been in our lives, whether it be personal, business. And I think that everybody has a story to tell, you know, and if we just take a second to really be more self-aware of how we carry ourselves and how our actions play a part in other people's lives. Because this is one thing, we can only control ourselves, and we can't control how something that we say or do, how that somebody reacts to it. And I think that's one thing that people always forget. They always want to do something to you and then control the way that you're reacting to it. And I thank God for the friendships that I did have. Like I said, the two sisters that went away to school, I'm grateful that I had them in my life, because, you know, one of them, the main, you know, the main one, you know, she's very open and honest, and things that I can say to her and filter through her, it's always coming back in such a positive way, you know. And I think that, and then she don't ever make it about her. I mean, so that's another key thing, you know. And I think that it's always an accountability thing. I got to keep saying accountability, because that's something that I lacked for years. And you know, she's I'm happy that I've have someone in my life like that, but I'm also have to be very aware that, damn, I had somebody in my corner all along, and you just never really pay attention to it. But I mean, again, I hope this video was helpful to somebody. Never be afraid for where you come from, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, things change, people change. You know, I'm trying to be more open, more honest, more transparent. You know what I'm saying? Work that throat chakra, girl. So, you know, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down at the bottom if you've ever experienced anything like this in relationships or friendships where you felt like, you know, you at the time you didn't have any boundaries, but that's still no excuse for people to, you know, treat you certain ways. But, you know, guys, share your thoughts and opinions. Until next time. Peace.